Tomorrow morning, we're expected to learn plans to renovate Wichita's historic Orpheum Theater. The announcement comes in honor of the theater's 102nd anniversary. The theater was built in 1922 and is just one of 17 remaining Orpheum theaters in the country. It's also the last to be fully restored. In February, the theater said interior renovations could cost as much as $9 million to complete. Then in April, Wichita City Council approved $1 million for that effort. Renovations could take as long as a year to finish, during which the theater would be closed.